So the 49ers have made a slew of roster moves. That's what we're talking about on the 49ers Report. If you want to make a move to start saving money on your cell phone plan, I encourage you to do so with Mint Mobile. Cell phone plans on America's largest 5G network, starting as low as $15 per month. To start saving that money today, all you have to do, plug in that link down below, mintmobile.com/chatsports. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So a lot to unpack on today's show, and keep in mind, these roster moves are going to continue to transpire all throughout the day. So as of right now, it's about 1:30 p.m. Eastern. These are the moves that have taken place. And the most notable, San Francisco adding to their offensive line. I predicted this yesterday that they were going to make a move at tackle or guard. I wanted them to go after Alex Leatherwood, but in the claim order, Chicago Bears got him, the former first-round pick out of Alabama, ahead of San Francisco. So the Niners go with Blake Hance here, claiming him off waivers, formerly with the Cleveland Browns, and I'm somewhat intrigued by the player, although if he did get released by the Browns, of course, there are some gaps in his game. So let's lay the foundation and give you some background information on Blake Hance, who already one of the better backup offensive linemen on this roster, in my opinion. Good size, 6'6", 310, played his college ball at Northwestern, went undrafted back in 2019. Why I like him? Tackle guard versatility. He's done a lot of that throughout his NFL career. He is better at guard, though, but does have a lot of starting experience, as we're about to show you. Started 8 games last year for Cleveland, a Cleveland team that did have a pretty good offensive line. Has spent some time with a couple of teams in the NFL, though, primarily practice squads, before finding his footing with the Browns last year. Started off with the Buffalo Bills, Washington Commanders, Jacksonville Jaguars, so already in 2019, he was with 3 different organizations, New York Jets in 2020, and then the past 2 years, Cleveland Browns in 2020 as well as 2021. Now, offensive line is definitely of the utmost concern for me going into the 2022 campaign. Foundation of this offense, it is the ground game, and also you have Trey Lance back there, so you have to be able to protect him. So does this make you feel better about the offensive line with the acquisition of Blake Hance? Want to hear from you down in the comment section right now. Y for yes or N for no. When I look at this, 49ers definitely needed it. The offensive line is a massive concern in my eyes, and by bringing in Blake Hance, they get an experienced, versatile player who's actually played a lot so far up to this point, and especially last year. Now, if you look at his 2021 numbers from a year ago, 644 snaps played. That is pretty significant. 3 penalties, you'll take that. 4 sacks allowed, not great. 5 hits allowed, also not of the great variety. 31 pressures, that's a lot in 644 snaps. Overall grade, according to Pro Football Focus, 56.5. Pass blocking grade, not good at sub 37. Run blocking grade, though, very, very good at 70. Oftentimes, offensive linemen will block better in the ground game because less thinking, less athleticism. You go downhill, you use that power at 6'6", 310. That's what Blake Hance was able to do. But also, why I do like it is the versatility here. He can play tackle, he can play guard, and he's much better at guard. And those numbers from last year, evidenced by him playing tackle. You take a look at snaps by position a year ago. Left tackle, 159. Right tackle, 464, so he can fill in a pinch if it's for Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey. Tight end, as an inline blocker, 21 snaps. But again, if the 49ers' hopes are for him to play guard, he's much better at guard as compared to tackle, and that's what I imagine they have envisioned for Blake Hance on this roster. Still to come, a lot more roster moves. San Francisco losing a couple of players in the waiver claims, also keeping some players on the practice squad. As for who those guys are, we'll tell you around the corner. First, though, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Approaching another milestone right here on the Niners Report. Can we get to 62,000 subs with this video alone, especially going into week 1 as we compete with the Chicago Bears and Bears now here at Chat Sports for the most subscribers picked up in the lead up to opening week of the season? When a Niners roster move happens, we cover it as fast as anybody out there with the best analysis in the game. YouTube.com/49ers TV, or just hit that red subscribe button. Notable claims for now, some former San Francisco 49ers. I had voiced my opinions on Cutting JaMycal Hasty, I had said the only reason they're holding on to Trey Sermon over Hasty is not because Trey Sermon outplayed him. It's because Trey Sermon was drafted in the 3rd round a year ago out of Ohio State. JaMycal Hasty obviously showed and flashed enough on the tape for another team to put a claim in. He's going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. As for Tariq Castro-Fields, 6th-round pick out of Penn State, I imagine the Washington Commanders did a lot of scouting on him. The length with his wingspan, that allows him to be physical at the line of scrimmage, and also he can make up for getting beat if he does with that 4.3 speed. Washington liked him. They claimed him. Tariq Castro-Fields, draft pick in 2022 for San Francisco, got let go by the Niners. He is now going to a fellow NFC counterpart. Before we continue to break these moves down, you want to make some moves? You want to start saving some money? You want to hang out on America's largest 5G network and not change your cell phone number or your physical cell phone? You can do all of that with our friends at Mint Mobile. Premium wireless plans beginning as low as $15 per month. If you plug in that link, mintmobile.com/chatsports, we're talking unlimited talk and text, high-speed data, a mobile hotspot that comes along with it. And with the 49ers making all these roster moves, you have to look at your bank account and you have to assess, like the Niners assess their roster, okay, what moves can I make fiscally to start saving money per month with streaming services and everything being more expensive because of inflation and just the high cost of living depending on where you live. That's where Mint Mobile comes into play. And the fact that you don't have to change your cell phone number is absolutely awesome, because I made the switch, and if I were to change my cell phone number, a bunch of people would be hitting up a rando number. And they're like, yo, Chase, you're dodging me, ducking my calls and texts. No, I'm not. That's not a problem any longer. One more time, mintmobile.com/chatsports. So here are some of the moves that have happened, again, up to this point. So according to Matt Barrows, Niners intend to sign rookie linebacker Marcelino McCrary-Ball. If an injury happens to the linebacking core, Fred Warner, Azeez Al-Shire, Dre Greenlaw, Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, Marcelino McCrary-Ball, who popped throughout training camp in the preseason, will be the first linebacker to get elevated. That's the opinion of Matt Barrows. That's the opinion from yours truly. Played his college ball at Indiana. Tashaun Gipson, who the Niners signed last week, had a cup of tea with this team. Pro Bowler back in 2014 with the Cleveland Browns. Also spent some time with the Houston Texans, Chicago Bears. He, too, coming back to the Niners practice squad. What does this mean for Jaquiski Tartt? Hopefully he still comes back to this team. I think he would be a much-needed addition with the lack of safety depth. And Tashaun Gipson, he could also be a quick elevation. And then also, Niners re-signing veteran Willie Snead to the practice squad. Look, worst case scenario, an injury happens at that wide receiver position. They bring back Willie Snead and they elevate him to the 53-man roster. I hope they bring back Malik Turner. That's the player who I really want on this team because he's a very good special teamer. Matt Barrows also with this. Jason Poe. This is of note here because I thought it was a big loss, maybe losing him, and the fact that he got second-string left guard reps throughout preseason and training camp was notable for a UDFA out of Mercer, a 300-pounder who can run a sub-5 and was pancaking cats, also going back to the Niners practice squad. Taylor Hawkins intending to sign to the Niners practice squad. This was just a couple of minutes ago. And then Segun Olubi, the linebacker, going to the practice squad as well. So basically, with all of these moves that transpire, we have you covered right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. That's why you subscribe. And if you're excited about this football team with the regular season about a week and a half away, smash that thumbs up icon and like the video. Appreciate all of you for rocking and rolling with us once more here on the 49ers Report. When more moves go down, we cover them with the best analysis, more so than anybody out there. Definitely care about the product here on the Niners Report. I know you appreciate it as well. And if it's the case and you haven't subscribed, do so right now.